Yes, guys. Hello to another video today, and color looks quite a little bit bright, too bright. But anyways, I'm just about to explain to you guys how to pass the FIFA agent exam. For most of you guys who have been asking me this review, I'm going to try to do it. But let me turn off the television first, guys. Just hold on. Let's see. This one. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Okay, not that bad, but it's still really bright. I have to adjust the brightness. But anyways, guys, so most of you guys have been asking me this question that let me try to do some review about the FIFA agent exam. So first, let's look at what we can do. So yeah, most of you guys asked this, and also it's time for maybe 2 weeks to go, two to maybe 3 weeks, because you're writing the exam on the 18th. So what would I do if I was in your case on preparing about the exam? So take a pen and paper. Let's just run through some reviews and things that you can do. So I'm just going to be talking about structural approach. I'm not actually going to go into the exam. That one I can do it another day. The past questions, as most of you guys have been asking, that I'm the only channel doing this. So what I'll do is, okay, now this is time because you're having 2 weeks, some days to go. This is the time you have to start looking at the exam past questions, doing a lot of revision. That's the first thing. You have to already let me say, studied a lot. So what you must have studied, I think now you should be able to, let's say, look at the table of content and also go to and know that this, or let me say, they ask you a question, you know that this question belongs to the RSTP. If they ask you a question, you know that this question belongs to the FFAR. If they ask you a question, you know that this question falls under FIFA status. Why do you have to know this? Because now you have few weeks to go. So if you're late, I'm still going to try to give you one or few tips that you can rush through this a little bit more. So let's take, for example, now, if you're studying, try to, when you open the study material, if you're answering the past questions, look at the question. Let's take, for example, if they ask you, what is a representative agreement? And that question falls under the FFAR. So you should be able to know that where the page location of FFAR. You should be able to know that FFAR starts from this page to this page to these pages. So that you can always try to picture where that question is. When you go to the question, you go to the table of content and you see something like representative, you look the keyword representative agreement, and then you go and find the answer. This is how you can start to locate those keywords in finding your answers. So that is one tip. And then another next tip that I will say is, now also try to use a lot. You have printed your table of content a lot, that you can just sit and home on your sofa and you are just like going through it and say, okay, for example, you know that FIFA status is the first thing in the table of content. You should know what page it starts and what page it finishes. The FIFA dictionary code, the FIFA ethics code, you should know all those things. The RSTP, what pages it start and what it finish, and when it finishes. The reason I'm saying this also as a big tip is that you'll be in the exam. There are some questions you will not know that question can come under RSTP, and you knowing the page locations, you will not need to be turning the pages longer and long. You just say, okay, let's take for example RSTP start from page 150. You just move straight to 150, look at the table of content, and if the keyword is, let's take for example, talking about transfer of minor, you look at the keywords, you go to immediately under minor, and you see transfer, you go straight and find that answer. So this is why I say you have to know the pages is so important. That's another tip also. Then also, now the next thing, also a tip I'll give you is how to find, let's say, if they give you a question, how to locate the keyword. So this, I will try to, if we had a question, it will be easy. Let's take for example, okay, I will just create a question on my head. let's take, for example, see the question, representative agreement. What is the keyword there? The keyword there is representative, representation. Yeah. So some people try to use the control F to find that, but sometimes you have many control. You have a lot of hundred of those ones if you're using control F. So the best way I always see is, like I always say, is when you know the pages that you know the pages. Let's take, for example, represented FFAR. It's from what page? Is it from page 283 to page 321? Then you go to the table of content and try to find that. That is the most easiest way that you can use. Let's say you have, let's say 3 minutes to answer one question, so you can use that, let's say 20 to 30 seconds to find your page. So that's why I say answering the question, you have to know the pages. It will help you a lot. So don't try to use control F. If you're good at that, then good and fine. But the thing is that you'll face difficulties in the exam because you have a lot of words when you use the control F. So those are tips that I'll be giving you. And then also another tip I'll be saying, know that the exam takes 60 minutes. Remember that. So 60 minutes is too much. Know that the exam takes 60 minutes. In those 60 minutes, try to put on your brain that you answer, let's say, when you start answering the questions that you know as quick as possible. Okay? Start answering them as quick as possible. It's going to help you. Yeah, so that the ones that are more difficult, leave them, so that, because you might answer probably, let's say, 15 questions easily, as quick as possible. Then you come back now and start looking at the ones that are more difficult and start to do them. That is very important. So do not waste time on questions that are difficult. Okay, that's very important. So let's take, for example, if you have 20 multiple choice questions and you go to question one is easy, question two is easy, question three is easy. You answer all those questions. If you arrive at question four is difficult, and you see that it's going to take you time, you're going to go to the book, leave it and keep on continuing, so that you do the ones that you know very well. Then maybe you have just, like, for example, 6 that you don't know very well. You go now, you have more time to spend on them. So that's how you do. So that the reason I'm saying this tip is that you don't want to stay on, probably, let's take, for example, question 6 is difficult. You don't want to spend 10 minutes there locating trying to do things. Then you spend time, then the time catch you when you have answered just 15 questions. Okay, so it's very important that you use this trick, because when I used to write, or what I tell people that they have also been passing, is that first answer the questions that you know as quick as possible, so that you might have even extra 35 minutes or 40 minutes on your hands to just answer just 6 questions. That will calm down your anxiety. That will give you a calm brain to do things, and because you know you have a lot of time. Okay, do not wait too long. When you have the start, focus with everything you have been preparing. Do it, for you're going to make it. Okay, I think these few tips you can take for today, and I'm going to be maybe coming up with other tips for you guys. So this, you can start with this one, and it's going to be helpful. Any question about this, you can leave it on the comment section. Okay, apologies for the beginning because it was a little bit poor. Yes, I didn't off the TV or whatsoever. But anyways, my aim is to give you the content. Hopefully next time is better. Okay, take care. To some of you guys who have been asking that have not been online, I've been a little bit traveling to places. The past weeks, I've been trying to visit football clubs, trying to talk with sporting directors and CEOs and most of those people to try to give them players. So that's why I've not also had time to really create this for you guys. But well, I'm a little bit back now, so trying to help you guys also. So let's talk in next video tomorrow. See you guys. Okay, take care. Cheers.